Today we have 10 by K. We'll be retesting out the Saucony Endorphin Pro. This is the second run that I've done in these. I was on the track during track practice using them, so I didn't film that, but it's a good sign that I want to use them again. So we'll go through the rundown on these shoes as well as the workout 10 by K after the warm-up. It's very windy. It's like 60 degrees, but super windy, so it still feels a little chilly. So warm up and then work out. Okay, I take back what I said about it still being cold. I am very hot in this long sleeve.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
Alright, so first impression, I guess second first impression, it's really good. I really like these shoes. The upper is super light and breathable, which is nice. It fits really snug, just kind of, it's like the Kinvara but souped up. So we're gonna give the workout a whirl and then go into a little bit more depth.
Bust it open hard, let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, what the
So I tried to set my auto distance to 1K or 0.62. and I accidentally set it to 62 miles. I was wondering why it didn't go off. First one was like 334-ish. Okay.
I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, what the oh my.
Ooh. Some days you have it, and other days are today.
Let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, what the oh my. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, what the oh my.
Number 7 was 336. Going up on number 8. 3 to go.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
$334. 2 to go. Come on. Ah. $333. Oh. 1 to go. Feeling okay. Legs feel great. It's the lungs and side stitch. Maybe at 8. My banana too close to the starting. Should have done this workout first and the bike workout second, but it was cold this morning. Not cold now. Try to take advantage of weather. Oh well. Live and you learn. This is all about the mental side now. Last one, baby. Oh, salvaged. Somehow salvaged that. My legs feel really good. Shoes feel really good. No issues. Plantar fascia feels good. Yeah. Right now it's definitely between this and the Metaspeed for race shoe. I'm gonna have to give the Metaspeed another crack at a workout. We'll be testing the Nikes next week, and yeah. Let's talk about this shoe, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. This was my second time using this shoe, and quite honestly, I think this is probably going to be what I race in. So right off the bat, this shoe is $224.95 on Running Warehouse, which is right in line with the rest of the super shoe category. It's got a 39 millimeter stack height in the heel, which is the basically maximum allowed now in Ironmans. Previously, road races, World Athletics had disqualified or disallowed shoes with 40 millimeters or greater stack height, and this and the Asics Metaspeed Sky both have 39 millimeters, so still get to wear both of those. But yeah, 39 millimeter stack height, 8 millimeter drop from heel to toe. Not a huge drop. I actually didn't feel it rocking quite as much as the Asics Metaspeed Sky, which has that kind of rocking technology. It rolls pretty nicely, but it wasn't as aggressive as the Asics Metaspeed Sky or other super shoes that I've had. Now, from a bounce perspective, I thought this was actually pretty good. Not quite as much of a pop as the Adidas Adios Pros, but a little bit more than the Metaspeed Sky. Okay, from a feel perspective, these shoes felt phenomenal. I had the least amount of issues from a comfort perspective than I've had in any super shoe, and part of that might be that I'm a little bit biased considering I wear these Saucony Kinvaras for most of my training, so this shoe is kind of like a souped up version of that. It's a little bit different, but on the whole, it kind of felt like I was wearing that shoe. This shoe was really interesting because it made me feel like I was running my normal stride, but just a little bit faster. Whereas other super shoes, you're running faster, but your stride is slightly different. So I think there's something to be said for that, just the fluidity that came from the stride in the shoe and how that would translate over a really long period of time, the course of a marathon, in the level of comfort that you have. One of the things that I really like about this shoe that is maybe even more from a triathlon standpoint is the breathability of the upper. It's really, really light and airy, and it has just, you can basically see through it, especially towards the end of the race when maybe you're trying to cool yourself off and you've dumped a lot of water on yourself, or you're really, really sweaty and your shoes and socks are getting a little bit soggier. it'll be nice to have kind of that breathability in there to help keep your feet dry and cooler, and kind of reduce some of that friction possibility. Plus, I like the look of this shoe. The shimmery little part up here kind of reminds me of like a snake skin. So for Grandma's Marathon, this is probably going to be my go-to shoe, but for Ironman Wisconsin, I might try to get the all-white version just because black absorbs heat a little bit more, and in an Ironman, you're not running at 7:30 in the morning, you're running at like 4:30 in the afternoon when it's probably a lot hotter and sunnier out. So the temperature of my foot is going to be a bigger deal, and trying to keep myself as cool as possible later on in the day, but that's just a minor issue with me picking the wrong colorway. They fit true to size. I'm size 10, felt perfect, not too big, not too small. They had a really nice lockdown up here, didn't rub on that weird bony protrusion that I have that is just like an extra large navicular bone in my left foot. Still got a decent lockdown on them without having to adjust the laces, which was really nice. And just a really comfortable shoe. And really that's all that I'm looking for in an Ironman shoe. I hope that I can run maybe a little bit faster, but at the end of the day, comfort is probably king. I'm gonna give this shoe a 9.5 out of 10. I don't really know what's stopping me from giving it a 10 out of 10. I think it would earn a 10 out of 10 if it holds up over a longer period of time. I've worn this shoe twice, and I can already see that on the side, I tend to land a little bit towards the outside of my foot, and I can already see that that part is getting a little bit worn down, so I'll have to be careful with how much I wear this shoe before race day. But from a racing perspective, if I take good care of it and don't wear it super often, this is probably going to be the Grandma's Marathon shoe. I'm going to give the Asics Metaspeed Sky another shot, and then I'll probably use the Adios Pro just for workouts, for fun, to save the legs, to save the durability of this shoe. And then we'll test out the Nike Vaporflies next week with some Yasso 800s. That'll be the last shoe that I test, and we'll see what ends up happening from there. So, conclusion, good shoe. Good job, Saucony. Until next time, happy training.